Welcome back to Mystical Heart Tarot Readings. This is your message from Spirit. It is a general reading for the collective, so it may or may not resonate. Take what resonates, leave what does not. All right. So what do we have here? We do have a king and a queen on the board. So the king and the queen, this could be about signing something, making a commitment to something, perhaps signing a contract. Now's probably not a good time to be doing that because of Mercury being in retrograde. However, sometimes it's unavoidable. Over here, I see we have unfinished business. We have something that we haven't completed. Or this could be someone that's wanting to travel, but there's an inability for whatever reason. They're not able to travel. Something could be preventing that. Perhaps they have to get something like a passport and before they can travel. But that is very specific. Otherwise, I feel it's unfinished business. And even though there's unfinished business here, somebody's progressing, they're working on something. They're not letting this unfinished business stop them from moving along with something they started. This is something that's in perhaps the initial phase. An example of that could be you just started a new job. That's just an example. You started a new job. You're in the initial phase of having started a new job. And perhaps there's something you left unfinished, maybe at an old job. I know that's very specific and is not going to apply to everyone. But we have unfinished business, and with that process, we're moving on with something else. We're in the initial stages of working on something in our life, something that means something to us. I feel like there's decisions that have to be made, and they have to be made independently. They have to be honest They have to be fair. In this case, peaceful decisions. Maybe it's decisions to bring peace in one's life. But here, we're not able to, we're stopped here. We're at a stopping point of this process. Something's got us to where we're not able to continue on. And the reason we're not able to continue with this process here, we're at a standstill here. Something is holding us back. We're not able to focus. Something else has our focus, and it could be this unfinished business. It could be related to that. And like I said earlier, it could be also related to the inability to travel. Perhaps whatever you're creating here, whatever you're in the process of doing here, might involve travel, and at this moment in time, you're not able to travel. Could be a financial reason for not being able to travel. That's one possibility. If, in fact, that's what this is about. It could be, like I said, it could be something else. This is something that's important, something you hold value in, something you care a lot about, something that's important to you, something that's meaningful. It could be something physical, physical like a card is physical. This could be something to help you prosper. It could be a way to increase your abundance. However, this unfinished business is stopping you from focusing on this and it's redirecting you back to whatever this is, whatever's not finished, whatever's not complete. There's something you need to complete before you can continue on. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to focus on it. So it could be someone else. It could be the fact that somebody has walked away, somebody has left your life, a connection of some sort. Creating emotional instability. Or you may need help. It may be that you need help with this and you're not able to find the proper help that you're looking for. A project, for example. It could be some type of a project. And you're feeling conflicted about it. It's making you have feelings of conflicted. See, this is what everybody sees out here. They see that you're trying to work on something, but they also understand there's something else out here that you haven't completed. And in order to continue this process, you have to complete something else. Otherwise, you're not able to focus on what you're doing here. And what we don't see is that possibly there's some unfinished business, maybe with a person, somebody you were connected to. You may have had a falling out. Or perhaps you just haven't found the right person. You need the right person. And you're conflicted. You might have found somebody, but you're conflicted about the person for whatever reason. Something about that person creates feeling conflicted inside. Maybe you lack trust in that person. Unrest. There's unrest in communication, and I'm not surprised I got this card. Because right now with Mercury in retrograde, it can cause unrest in our communication. We have to be careful what we say. That is one thing. We have to be careful on what we say. So we have unrest. We might be trying to choose our words wisely, and we're having difficult time finding the right words to say to the right person. Keep in mind, though, Mercury retrograde doesn't just affect communication. It can affect electronics as well. That's why there was no video out for yesterday, because I had a power outage. So Mercury retrograde is a real thing. So my advice is think before you speak. Choose your words carefully, because you don't want to upset anybody. Because if you upset someone, then it creates feelings of conflict. You're feeling conflicted. You might be feeling like, did I say the wrong thing? Did I do the wrong thing to someone? But again, this unfinished business, I don't know what this unfinished business is. Whether it's related to the inability to travel, or if it's something different. This could be a matter of having a vehicle problem. And we could have a vehicle problem because our vehicles are electronic. Mercury retrograde can affect our vehicles. So if there is a problem here with your vehicle, that could be preventing you from focusing on whatever it is you're working on here, and you have to stop and take care of this problem first. So think before you speak. Be careful when you sign things. Make sure you read things thoroughly, especially during this Mercury retrograde, because I feel there's signing some type of a commitment. You're making some type of a commitment. And if you can't focus and fulfill that commitment, that can cause problems too. Playfulness. Bring playfulness and fun into your life. If you're not enjoying life, if you're sitting around and you're not, all you're doing is working and you're not doing anything else, you're not enjoying your life. bring playfulness and fun into your life. I send much love and many blessings to everybody. As always, I'll see you back next time. Have a wonderful day.